Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and let me ask you something. Have you ever had a friend, or maybe like a girlfriend or a boyfriend, someone in your life that started out awesome, and then after several years of being really great, started making a bunch of bad decisions, and when you try to tell them these decisions are bad for you and for us, we don't like them, they, decide to gaslight you and say, hey, love me the way I am. My decisions are the correct decisions. You're the wrong one. Well, that's Disney. That's what Disney's been doing for years. That's what the Marvel Phase 4 has been. Frankly, that's what pretty much everything halfway through Phase 3 has been. That's what the Disney remakes are. That's what modern Star Wars is. Disney is a gaslighting ex-friend / ex-girlfriend or boyfriend, and it looks like it is not paying off for them because they are possibly going to start selling off Marvel, Star Wars, the whole nine. According to this article, let's check it out. Disney reportedly selling its content to third-party publishers out of utter desperation following MCU Phase 4 seemingly sinking Marvel in gargantuan operational loss. And we have just the beautiful Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, and poor little Thor 4 here, that gaudy outfit he's got. Ooh, it's so nice to see Disney's uppums being cummed, if that's a phrase. Let's go through this article because I don't know about you, but something like this makes me incredibly happy. Fandom Wire is one of those outlets that normally shills, but even they are catching on that now Disney's kind of going off the rails here, kind of like that train in Ohio. The rise of over-the-top streaming services and their current foothold in the entertainment industry is massive. Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and even Disney Plus are single-handedly carrying the entertainment industry on its back as thousands of high-budget TV series and movies get pumped out by these three main streaming services every year. Yes, thousands upon thousands and maybe like 4 good ones. But Disney Plus in general is struggling significantly as compared to its contemporaries. The 3-year-old streaming service, God, has it really been that long? It feels like it has been so much longer. Launched on November 12th in 2019, it has operational costs that apparently not even its parent company can afford. Yes, Disney Plus is so expensive to run that the combined might of all of the Disney parks in the world are not enough to pay for it. It was like a $2.4 billion loss, I believe. Oh, you'll love to see it. This is why there have been rumors jumping around the service is bound to sell its content to third-party publishers to get itself out of a financial mess. Despite having been launched for well over 3 years only, Disney Plus hadn't always gone down this path. The initial launch of the service was met with a warm reception for having a sizable amount of content to watch from. Okay, let's be honest here. There's a little bit more to it than that. Let's go back to that launch date, December 2019. What was going on in 2019? December 2019. Right, then that whole thing that kept a bunch of people in their houses for over a year to year and a half, that hit. Let's be real, that's probably the reason Disney Plus was so successful. Folks were forced to stay inside, and what's another $12.99 for a streaming service to give you all of Disney's content to keep you and your kids busy while you're cooped up inside so you can rewatch Endgame for the 30th and a half time. But what's missing from it was poor maintenance of the streaming service, resulting in customer complaints about missing content and one technical problem after another. Oh my god, there's so much more than just technical issues. How about quality issues? Quality over quantity. When you gave us 100 piles of crap with one okay-ish show or movie, whatever, when you could have given us, maybe no crap and 3 or 4 good shows, people would take 3 or 4 good shows over a bunch of awful ones. That's just the reality of it. There's a quality issue at Disney Plus. Now, don't get me wrong, technical issues existed as well, but let's be realistic here. This is not just about the technical side of things. Most people don't care. Your Disney Plus app doesn't load. You close it and reopen it a couple times till it does. Getting more frustrated, then you forget about it 5 minutes later when you're watching Winnie the Pooh with your 3-year-old. This eventually would lead to massive operational costs for the streaming giant, and it seems to have not been able to keep up with it. Now rumors have been going around that Disney Plus is allegedly trying to sell its content to third-party publishers to cut down on operational costs, according to Scooper Doomcock in a video published on his YouTube channel, Overlord DVD. And you know what? Love him or hate him, he's been right multiple times. Like I've said before in other videos, there's a reason there's something called a Doomcock was right jar. Doomcock elaborates on the rumor, adding that the news comes from one of his trusted sources from Disney. If what I've heard happens, it's 100% proof that Disney Plus is a failure. Period. No spin and no shit. there's a rumor that Disney is planning to sell content to other publishers. And you know what? This wouldn't be the first time we've seen something like this. Remember when Disney licensed Andor to Hulu, which is owned by Disney, so that's not a big deal. But I believe also Amazon, its rival, its competitor. I couldn't be misremembering if it wasn't Amazon, maybe it was Peacock, but either way, Disney licensed a Star Wars show that wasn't really being watched on Disney Plus because people have stopped giving a damn about Star Wars in effort to get some more eyes on it and hopes to generate some sort of revenue. So yeah, I actually think this is completely believable, since maybe that was a semi-success, or at least a nice little test with the show that was Andor. The show that may have actually been a good Star Wars show, but nobody cared enough because they've already taken us to Mustafar to burn that bridge. The services that have been eyewatched for a licensing deal, according to the source, are Apple, Paramount Plus, Peacock, and other random service. Well, it probably was Peacock for Andor then, if they're being mentioned here in this rumor. Could this mean the decline of the streaming service, or is it simply a strategic way of offloading a huge problem from the servers back? You know what? I want them to sell this stuff all together. Sell Marvel, sell Star Wars, and it's clear that you can't do anything good with them. You want to know? Sell Star Wars to J.K. Rowling. I mean, she already ripped off Star Wars when she wrote the Harry Potter stories anyway. May as well just give it to her, because she's actually going to make something that might actually be quality, or at the very least won't have a bunch of pretentious political pandering messages in it. Which of Disney Plus shows is going to get sold? Answering well, I mean, they should probably all be sold. Give me one good Disney Plus show. Give me one. Mandalorian Season 1, that was pretty good, but Season 2 was okay at best. God, who cares about Season 3 at this point? Book of Boba Fett was garbage. Obi-Wan was garbage. There's not been a single good MCU show on Disney Plus. What are some the new Proud Family? Man, I used to love the OG Proud Family. New Proud Family? Ooh, boy, was that abysmal. Turning Red? No, that wasn't very good. She-Hulk? God, don't even remember She-Hulk. What has Disney Plus put out that has been good? I can think of one thing. Star Wars Visions. That's it. The probably non-canon anime little fluff show that Japan and Disney teamed up to produce. That's the one good thing, and it's the only good thing because, frankly, Disney seemed to let Japan have pretty much creative control to do whatever they want, and Japan don't give a damn about politics and pandering. That's why most people are switching to reading manga instead of American comics, and why the anime market has boomed ever since, pretty much the advent of Netflix streaming. Answering that question can be very tricky, considering the fact that the streaming service has one of the largest catalogs of movies and TV series in the world. But luckily, Scoop or Doomcock sources already have that information ready for fans, and it seems like Bob Iger wouldn't mind at all. This is the face of a man who is tired and sad. This is not a smile. This is a McDonald's mascot, because this is a grimace. As much as I do not like this man, I also almost feel sorry for him. But since it's his policies that have gotten Disney into this mess in the first place, you reap what you sow. The next big development of the life cycle of the streaming service could come in the form of Disney Plus putting up these shows for licensing deals. The Mandalorian Season 1, The Orville Season 1, good. Get The Orville's to someone who cares about it. This is a good quality show. The Orville is one of the best shows of modern television, and Disney has done nothing with it. This could be great primetime television. The real estate is just out there, with modern Star Trek being abysmal. This could be something, but Disney doesn't care because it's not Star Wars and because it's not Marvel and because it's not one of their legacy properties like, I don't know, Peter Pan, Dumbo, pick something. They are just, the Orville should go elsewhere in general, not just Season 1. Loki Season 1, WandaVision Season 1, Andor Season 1, well, this has already happened with Andor, Bad Batch Season 1, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Willow. It doesn't end there. There are also a few others on that list. So basically, they're going to sell off all these Season 1s to, other platforms so that people will, those platforms will pay Disney, hey, yeah, we'll pay you $5 million to have Obi-Wan Season 1 on our platform so that Disney can recoup some sort of loss. To my knowledge, they wouldn't make any money off people watching, let's say, Obi-Wan on Netflix, but they'd have gotten that nice $5 million upfront, chunk of change to maybe recoup something. That's not good enough. That's not going to save Disney unless Disney fundamentally overhauls the quality of their shows. So fans who love to rewatch their favorite TV series all over again once in a while, especially fans of these TV shows, find me some fans of anything here except for The Mandalorian and The Orville, please. Especially fans of these TV shows will have to consider subscribing to whatever streaming service that Disney Plus might sell these assets to. However, this is only a rumor and as such should be taken with a grain of salt. You know what, that's fair. This is still just a rumor, but I can definitely see there being a bit of truth in here. Alrighty, well that's the end of that. But you know what? Let's get to some final thoughts. Let's be real, guys. Disney Plus was a mistake. We thought it was awesome because, the pandemic hit and everyone was stuck inside. And we've all got some nostalgia for Disney, and it was cool. And I had to fish out your DVD of Mulan, and the OG one, the cartoon one, the good one, when you wanted to sit down and watch it when you were stuck indoors and you couldn't go outside without wearing a mask and stuff like that. But time has passed. We moved on, and we realized, wow, Disney sucks. Disney Plus has just been a leech on our pockets, on our wallets when it comes to streaming services. There are very few good streaming services out there to begin with. If you ask me, I like HBO Max, I like Amazon Prime. I don't really like any others. I have Hulu, mainly because I can't live without Futurama. I've said that before, but if it weren't for Futurama, yeah, I would just have those two, Amazon Prime and HBO Max. They're the only ones that have any sort of quality to them. But people keep Disney Plus around because it's got that Disney name. But apparently not enough people is being canceled, or if it's not being canceled, not enough people to financially keep it stable were buying into it in the first place. Disney is a recognizable name, and it's got so much goodwill behind it because of nostalgia that most people are looking at it with rose-colored glasses so that they don't see, the massive missteps of Disney as a company currently. However, that house of cards is crumbling, and Disney is going to need to find some sort of new alternative when it comes to making money, because if they're going to stick with this identity politics bogus, they're just going to keep flushing money down those Disney toilets. Those golden thrones where Mickey takes his hot shits. I can't wait to see Disney fail. Or, more than that, I would like Disney to course correct, because for the majority of Disney's history, they've been a good company. But Walt right now would be turning over in his grave, and you really do hate to see it. If Disney could just course correct, stop with the politics, and maybe put out some quality products, then I would actually be willing to say, you know what, Disney, good job. You lost yourself there for several years. You went through an identity crisis. And much like, that girlfriend or friend could come back to you after they've said, you're right, I made bad decisions for several years, but I've cleaned up my life, and I'd like to be friends again, or I'd like to start dating again. They might be worth that second chance, because I believe all individuals are, worthy of second chances. But as it currently stands, Disney hasn't earned it, and I don't think they ever will. But man, would I love to be proven wrong. Let me know what you think, though. Tell me in the comments below, or let me know on Twitter, where you can follow me at BoltTheWord. And please do subscribe. Check out the back catalog. I cover nerdy news every day. Everything from anime to Star Wars, video games, you name it. It's all here in the Nerdosphere. So check out some of my recent videos. Check out some playlists. And until next time, subscribe, because this has been Words of Paradise.